Hi guys, what's going on, and welcome to the new series on Rise of the Republic. So I'm actually a few days late really on getting onto this game. I know it came out on the 11th, so by the time this comes out it's already been out for a couple of days, so I'm sure most of you have already decided whether to get it or not. But still, I wanted to get involved. I was kind of hoping Creative Assembly were going to give me a copy of the game. I was trying to persuade them, but it didn't quite come off. But I've just gone for it and brought it, and we're just going to take this off as a bit of a Let's Play series. And yeah, just see how we get on really. I've not played Rome 2 for quite a long time, so I'm going to be a bit rusty. Basically, I wanted to play as the SAMNITEs, for no other reason than they seemed really cool. And who doesn't want to be a vicious hill tribe? So yeah, that's what we're going to be going for. Yeah, that's pretty much it really. There's a few changes and stuff that seem to have come in with this patch, which seemed kind of cool. I think one of the best ones seems to be that there's like double sieges required to capture Rome. It seems like a cool little feature to add in, rather than just sort of one big siege. You get to have two big sieges basically, because of like the inner citadel and stuff of the city. So yeah, it's kind of a cool little feature. It'd be nice if they rolled that out across different cities. It was like you could, once the city grew so large, then you could sort of be able to take advantage of that. So hopefully they'll continue to do that. We're just going to be playing on normal, so let's get this campaign started and see how we get on. We'll just wait for this to load in. Obviously, yeah, so from what I've read, it seems it's like about 120 different cities, something like that. So it's actually a really enormous map. It's kind of surprising, really, just for like a campaign DLC. But it seems really good. I'm pretty impressed from what I've read about it. And, well, let's just watch this introduction. I say, I've not actually yet played this at all. This is the first time playthrough.
Accused you and banished you.
Who's this going to be? It's going to be Camillus.
And you prayed for the gods to punish us.
It's got to be Camillus, because they banished him for would-be tyrant.
So they inspired our enemies. And sent savages. They took our land. Sieged our city, to slaughter husbands, wives, and children. We are the city you loved, but we are destined to be the world. Marcus Furious Camillus, Rome needs you.
Well, that was pretty epic, wasn't it? Wow, that's enough to get you pretty excited.
The SAMNITEs are famous for their honor and courage. In recent years, they have maintained peace with their Frentani and Carlini kinsmen, while forcing Dornian and Lucanian raiders to recognize the superiority of SAMNITE swordsmen. As the hills of Samnian grow overpopulated, they must settle elsewhere. Yet the ancient ritual of their sacrum is hardly an option. This is why the SAMNITEs must march into Campania to claim...
Okay, cool. So basically it's saying that we want to be trying to conquer Campania, which I think is currently owned by the Greeks, some of the Greek like colonials. So objective, hold 2 provinces in their entirety, and we'll get a spy. Instead of changing government types, sometimes can enter the Ver Sanctum Right, which spawns an army of young men eager to find a new home on their own, near their capital. Okay, and I think the SAMNITEs, yeah, like traditionally like sword warriors. Obviously, it's like the hill tribes, which ultimately I think Rome beat in like in like the 60-year Samnite War, which I will back at the ages. So, what's going on map-wise? I'm kind of impressed already. I heard it's going to be a big map, but it really is quite an enormous map. The level of detail they've gone into is great. You can just see how many provinces and stuff there are going to be to conquer for a campaign DLC. This is really quite good. I'm guessing Rome is somewhere. It's going to be like around here somewhere, maybe one of these sort of thing. And then we're a bit further south with all the Greek states. Are we at war with those guys? Let's flick on to diplomacy and have a look. Yeah, we are. Okay, so are they the only people we are at war with? Yeah, Neapolis. Okay, they're quite big. This is going to be a good fight, I think. So let's exit out of diplomacy and let's see what we've got technology-wise. 5% morale during battles in territory. 2% public order from presence of an army. Okay, kind of cool. Or civil, which is going to give us wealth from agriculture and growth per turn. Well, I think probably at least initially we should be looking to do that one. So what have we got? The Howling Wolves. So we've got a small army here. Let's get you garrisoned up in Capua with them. There's kind of an unhappy population here by the looks of things. It's just a small village. We're earning not a lot per turn, and only 5,000 starting money. You obviously get a warlord with us. Progressively increase the experience of units. It seems like a wise thing to be doing by attaching them to the army. So troop-wise, I guess because this is like what year are we? Like 400 BC? Yeah, 399 BC. So really, we're kind of early. Even like the full Roman swordsmen aren't about yet. So these are kind of pretty early type troops. We've got some light spearmen. Italian hillmen. They look ominously peasantish, if there ever was. Yeah, these look like... Oh yeah, they just have no armour or anything, or no melee defence. These are basically just peasants. And then we've got some light infantrymen who are probably like the proper infantry. Herpinian warriors. Okay, they look very good. Okay, liking them. And a general, of course. Okay, so what we're going to spend some of our money on, should we be looking to try and get some of our settlements upgraded? It's been so long since I've played this. It's the food situation not particularly great. Commons, should be providing a bit of entertainment, or we can upgrade the Warriors Lodge. Knocks recruitments of light infantry and light spearmen, and knocks recruitments of Lucian warriors and proper skirmishers. Seems like quite a decent upgrade. Or we can try and expand our farmstead in Comsa. Let's look at doing that, and we're going to build there probably something like agricultural for generating more food. So let's build some enclosed land there. Then I think we're going to upgrade the military barracks. Am I going to do something? Not recruitment of proper cavalry. Could be interesting. I can imagine a lot of people don't yet have cavalry. So keep 4. Let's go for horse pens. And then should we upgrade our capital? Oh no, we've not got enough money for that. Okay, let's go with that. I think for now. I don't think we really want to be sending an army quite against these guys yet, because our army is pretty small. We could recruit more units. What's the turn upkeep? Actually not that high. Let's get a couple of units of light infantry then. What have we got slingers wise? Only one, so let's have another slingers. Okay, next turn it. Because I guess we want to be attacking Neapolis, but I guess it's going to have a garrison as well, so we need to have a reasonable sized army. And we've got to be a bit careful that Capua itself doesn't get threatened, because it's got not a lot in the way of defences. So, quartermaster support, obviously we've got our units recruited, as we would expect. Hey, go away. Everything else, of course, is still building, and obviously our turn income is so low that we're really not doing a lot in any other way. How good's our general? Probably terrible. Do we have enough money to upgrade anything else? We could slightly upgrade 20% wealth from agriculture. Increases the garrison. That actually makes it quite a large garrison, to be honest. This must have a huge garrison then. Proper skirmishers. Okay. Yeah, it actually does have a very large garrison. Okay, well let's upgrade this then. Now we're really dirt poor. Can we recruit anything? No, we don't have any money. Do we want to be trying to move our army? We could move our army down to Capua and then be looking to try and assault Neapolis with both units. They've got quite a lot of cities. I just worry it's going to be a pretty hard fight, I think. let's go on to the next turn. We're going to get our upgrade, our first technology upgrade done this time as well. So it's going to give us a slightly more public order in Capua. Okay, so increase in rank. Our warlord has increased in rank. I think that's our bloke who's doing the training. I don't remember how you do that. So I think, oh, there it is. Wow, so various things. This rain seems to be causing me lag. Drill sergeant. More experience gain per turn. Movement speed. No, I think the training, that's kind of what he's supposed to be doing, isn't it? He's supposed to be a trainer. So we'll leave him to do that. Trouble populace in a companion, which is going to be here in Capua. Yes, understandable, we know that.
Ready for battle.
Let's have a look here, what's going on. So we've got my small army there. So we've got the path of the army. That's more to be like the cavalry path, is it? Via Dominate, via Stratagem. So I guess this is like supplies. What's this? Plus 8% weapon damage inflicted by all army units. That's quite an upgrade. Light infantry. Things like must be like skirmishers and stuff. Right, that's actually quite a difference some of these upgrades make. Plus morale for all mercenary units, cheaper mercenaries, melee weapon damage for the units, 20% booty from battle. Okay, or should we be looking to try and get a bit more money from our wealth? Would be a reasonable one to be doing, just at least for the start, because we actually haven't got a lot of money at all. So let's get this unit moving down, I think, towards Capua.
We hunger for battle.
Maybe we are sort of got a little bit carried away. We can hire some native Greek archers. Not as mercenaries? No. Well, we get quite a lot of options with mercenaries. Let's hire a couple of archers then. We've got the money. Their upkeep isn't too high per turn, so I don't think it should be too trouble for us. And then we can move some of the units from Capua over to us as well. Okay, let's close that. Yeah, okay, straight to the next turn. The various tribes to do their stuff. Yeah, there are a lot of different tribes. Must be a lot of small little barbarian tribes and stuff around. It runs a lot better this game. But that weather anomaly seems to slow my computer down. So we had our native Greek archers recruited, and we'll basically take all the units from this army and transfer them. So we end up with one large army here, which then I think we're just going to go and lay siege to these guys with, I think. Is this wise, or is this going to end badly? I mean, Neapolis is going to have a good garrison, isn't it? Because it's a full strength. It is the capital city of the region. Yeah, we are kind of outnumbered. I wonder why we've got such a bad... Have they got much better units than us? How long will they hold out? We'll take twice as long to fall. Okay, let's just maintain the siege for now. See if they sally forth and try and attack us. Although presumably we're going to be losing men due to attrition. We are... Let's give it a turn or two, see if they besiege us, and then we'll perhaps consider pulling back, because I think that's going to end badly. So some of our units, our buildings are starting to get upgraded. Let's go for this, for the agricultural income. We need to try and get our finances up a bit, because we're still really poor. Yeah, nothing else we can really do then in those places for the moment. Continue for the next turn. We also think that Neapolis is probably going to have another army somewhere which they're going to be able to bring up. So I foresee that this is going to go badly. Research complete. Blessed children of our land. Okay. And our warlord has increased in rank yet again. Okay, so first let's see how many men we lost during the siege. Fair few. Of course we don't know the strength of the enemy units. Just seeing if it's sort of improved at all. We've got 5 more turns. I've got quite a lot of units. Maybe we should be breaking this siege off for now. I don't think this is going to go very well for us. So... No, break siege. Oh, does that end your... No, we can pull back towards Capua. So let's pull back towards Capua, regroup our units a little bit. We're going to have to go in with a larger army, aren't we? We're going to have to build up the troops here at Capua as well. And go in much better prepared, I think. So we've finished our first civil technology. So let's see if we can maybe try and make a bit more money. That's more growth. 3% tax rate, 1% public order, and larger buildings. Seems like a good one. 15 wealth from livestock agriculture. Got a little bit of... I think we'll have the plus 3% tax rate, to be honest. I don't think it gives us enough money to really build anything else anywhere. Oops. Even outside of Capua. So... continue to recruit some more. We can have that Italian cavalry now. Let's just start recruiting new units near out of here so we can make 2 larger armies and then hopefully we can actually siege and take Neapolis. Of course we could just ignore it and go for some of the smaller cities, which is an interesting option. Maybe we should do that. Maybe that's a more logical option. Let's start to move around this way through to Comsat and maybe we can go for Sidiana. That one. Okay. Oh. Character has unassigned turn. That's my warlord, isn't it? So we can upgrade that. See, I think that's worth it for me. You see, because you get so the commander gets an upgrade. It's more authority, but the more importantly, he gets that experience gain per turn, which I think is really what we want. Because I want him to start to make this into a really good quality army. The Widowmakers I want to be good. And hopefully he's going to attribute that experience as we want. Unhappy populace in Campania. Well, we know that. It's actually going to be a rebellion there, isn't there? Well, nothing we can do about it. Not my problem. Shame we can't recruit slightly more or better quality units. Let's start to move. We are going to get assaulted. No. What sort of garrison does this have? 3 SAMNITE light infantry, 4 slingers, and 2 light spearmen. We should be able to give a reasonable fight, I should have thought. And then in the turn or two, the rest of our large army should turn up, and we should be able to actually provide some assistance to them. Can I build anything anywhere? No, I can't. Really not a lot I can do that turn, to be honest. Until we start to actually get a decent economy going, it's really hard for me to do anything. Okay. So we should be winning this. Yeah, let's fight them. Bring it. I think, yeah, we should. They're pretty much exactly the same sized army as us. We're slightly bigger. You know, they of course have got a general's unit who's going to be pretty good. With the same number of slingers, and we're just slightly outnumbering them on terms of infantry. 3 swordsmen, 2 hoplite units. Depends what the quality of their infantry is like, really. So they're forming in over here. Let's have a bit of a look at what they've got infantry-wise first. So this is, I'm guessing, so some light spear infantry, which is going to match our SAMNITE light spearmen. I don't think they're particularly great, not really well armoured or anything. This is their general's unit, which he's going to be good, a proper Greek hoplite. Then it's just slingers, is it? Along with some other light spears. They don't really have a lot in the way of infantry. So we have all our slingers. Where am I going to put these guys? Well, these guys need a bit of room, don't they, to properly deploy. Okay. And then I'm going to probably block this with these 2 units of spearmen.
Troops awaiting orders.
And then we'll back it up with our general's unit. Is he just a light melee infantry as well? Yeah, he's just the general, but just he's attached to the SAMNITE light infantry. And then these two guys, I'll probably try and flank with round. Let's see how that goes. What can possibly go wrong?
Fire at will for missiles can be toggled on or off. Keeping it toggled off
really,
will help preserve
yeah, shut up. Really, the onus is on them to get us rather than the other way around. Group those guys up together. General on the flank, so that he can try and push in on the side. You see, I don't want to face like the enemy hoplites head on. I'd rather flank them a little bit. Do you guys have any specific abilities? No. These SAMNITE light spearmen. Not so bad. They're just not got a lot of armor. He's got a bit of a breastplate by the looks of things. Nice, good variety in each of the units, though, which is pretty cool. So, are these guys going to be coming into range? We should be able to pelt this little bit of sort of central roadway pretty ruthlessly, I should have thought. See what they do. They look like they're wanting to go down there. This is a unit of cavalry, would just be lovely. Okay, so they're going to go down that flank, which is going to make things interesting for us. We're all very light missile infantry. We're going to have to go forwards to get them because they're going to stay just out of our range otherwise. And just shoot at our spearmen. So hopefully our infantry should go, our slingers should go forwards. And then, volley away. Hopefully we should now absolutely pelt the hell out of those guys. You can see all my little stones rolling in. Okay, so the first enemies are arriving at this part. And the enemy light hoplites are coming down there as well. Hopefully we're actually doing some damage to these enemy slingers, which we are doing slowly. We're taking a light amount of fire ourselves. You go forwards, get engaged, get engaged. Come on, get stuck into those enemy light spearmen. What's going on down here? Let's take you head on. No, whoa. What's going on here? No. No. You keep attacking again. You should be want you to push forwards. Well, guys, I want you to get on the flanks of these hoplites. Here's what I want. I want to massacre these enemy light spearmen. Because we have then still got a unit of hoplites here. We're going to push in and then get stuck in there. And then we can bring in our general here. That way around. Let's just check how things are going. So our slingers are keeping up a really good base of fire. A few casualties, but not many. Okay, we've absolutely mullered those enemy slingers there. That's good. Good. And we've got quite a tough fight going on down here by the looks of things. I think we're probably winning. This is cool. This is a nice fight. Our troops are getting probably in on the flanks now. Good. Okay, and those guys are all going to clump into that one fight there. So let's go for that. Okay, so their enemy spears seem to be, enemy missile units seem to be pulling back. So let's get our slingers focusing on the new units.
Our general is under attack.
So our general's units now engaged into the enemy units. They're pushing into it. Those heavy spearmen are going to be tough to kill. But we should be at least able to do quite a lot of damage to them, hopefully. Okay, let's readjust these slingers over here. Because I want to start putting fire on those guys down there. Looks like we're starting to break the enemy hoplites here, I think. Yeah, we are certainly winning this fight. Slingers are being a bit of a pain. How are those enemy heavy spear infantry not dying really very quickly, are they? You shouldn't be engaged in hand-to-hand combat. Pull out, fools. These guys are in range here, and they can start lobbing away without getting too involved in the combat, preferably. No hope of that, probably. So what's going on here? So those guys have broken. Okay, the enemy light spearmen have broken. Good. So we can now all focus on this enemy unit here. Hopefully some of those will just get killed and they'll get completely broken. So we've got those guys surrounded, which is good. And looks like these guys are almost all completely broken now. Is there any of these guys remaining? They're actually shattered now, aren't they? Okay. So all the spear slingers should be putting full fire now on those Greeks. Everyone should be getting involved in that. Cool. And so we've just got this enemy general unit to deal with, which we will kill in time. And the good thing about this is that we're going to end up actually having won quite a key victory, I think, because we're going to have broken the back of their army, and then hopefully our army is also going to turn up, and we're going to start to be able to apply quite a lot of pressure on these guys and start to see some land from them. That's the dream, anyway. Come on, guys, move forwards, form up, neat ranks, neat ranks. We might not quite be Romans, but we're damn near good enough. Are you all slinging back?
Missile infantry ready! Now!
We should all be slinging at them. Should easily be able to put down more fire than they are able to. How's this enemy general doing? 91. God, it's a tough unit. Not really causing... No. I say it's not causing too many casualties, but it kind of is.
Ready and waiting.
Let's bring in our reinforcements. Oh, an enemy unit is reformed. Okay, let's definitely get these units back. Don't want to go and throw away the battle just because I can't break one general's unit. So I wish I had a general which I could fight these guys with. It would be perfect. These guys aren't going to like being rear flanked.
The battle is turning in our favour.
Those enemy slingers are pretty much routing. So let's go against this last unit of enemy slingers. I know I'm clumped together like hell. It's not the way to be doing it. Come on, guys, at the double! Those guys are rear flanked us, but are about to rout again. And they have shattered. They've routed and shattered this time. You go on that side. I'm going to send these guys right around it just to finish off this remaining flank, so we're fully surrounding them. Because our general is actually suffering a lot of casualties. If we can't win this, then eventually I guess we'll just have to sling them all to death. Didn't quite get on the flank quite as I'd hoped. Okay, my guys should be killing off those slingers. Let's just go into fast forward then. These guys are getting tired, wavering, and they're broken. Cool. Cool. So we took quite a few losses there, but it didn't really matter. They lost more. Hopefully their general might have been killed. Look, you see how many casualties some of the slingers caused actually. Quite a lot. Our SAMNITE warriors did pretty well, as did our slingers. All our units did pretty well. So next turn, hopefully our army will turn up and we can slaughter the remnants of that army. I'll kill them.
Have you not noticed that
100 gold, non-factor. Yeah, that seems like a perfectly acceptable thing to do. I don't want another enemy at the moment. Fighting the Greek colonialists so is more than hard enough. Oh, we're back to the annoying laggy weather pattern. So we'll send our army in pursuit. Some of our units are starting to get upgrades now, experience upgrades, which is cool. And we have completed a herding ground. Nice. So our income's going up as well. So we could upgrade that. A bit of commons, plus 1 public order, 50 entertainment. Increased tax rate from court. Farming replenishment. Wealth from agriculture goes up, plus 10%, which is kind of good, but less public order. It gives public order minus food, but we've got a reasonable amount of food. More wealth from subsistence, which is good, and more tax rate. Okay, let's go with that. That's probably the bulk of our money spent that turn, and our army is now in pursuit. So there's not really a lot else we can do. This guy's obviously repairing slightly now after the siege. Yeah, next turn. A couple more turns and our next technology will be complete, which should hopefully give us more tax rate as well. So the enemy army is in full flight. Let's get hot on their tails and start to see what damage we can do. I guess if we just sort of, rather than actually targeting Neapolis, if we can just sort of deal with it slowly. Okay, SAMNITE just goes, oh, many roads have become unsafe. Well, I don't have the money to improve the existing roads or make them safer. So I can either doing or try to find more different roads. Don't think that's ideal.
Ready for battle.
So let's march back into enemy territory.
Make haste, men. Is that all?
And then we're going to go for Poseidonia.
Ready for order.
With also a relatively large army. Cool. I shall be pretty upgraded. And the enemy army, well, probably going to get restored. And obviously we don't know what sort of garrison they're going to have there, but hopefully not too strong. Is anything else we can upgrade while we're waiting? Doesn't look like it. Kappa is still really unhappy. I wonder why. Does it give me more details about public order? Cultural differences, 17. Okay, it's just cultural differences that are a massive problem because I guess it's Greek. We're not.
At your command.
Yeah, things like that we can't upgrade yet, and we haven't got enough growth to build another building there. So not a lot we can do with any of these places. We can presumably upgrade this eventually. Just need 2,700. Wow, quite a lot. Household expands. Okay.
We hunger for battle.
Can I see general details? Yeah, if we can. Okay, supply that. Cool. Okay, next turn.
Success.
Seems to be getting a few more unit upgrades as well. Oh, they're sending one of their troops to cause treachery. The army makes a break for it to Neapolis. Research complete. Wise leaders. Our warlord has gone to the next rank as well, and they tried to bribe us, but it failed. Villagers soon learn routes along seldom used mountain passes. Those make it through alive find their profits increased. Plus 50% wealth from local commerce or regions for 8 turns. Awesome. So, can our warlord kill this guy? What's the chance of success? Chance to assassinate him? Not very high. Okay, but he has gained a rank, so we could make him increase experience unit experience per turn, or we can give him a completely different skill. So increase movement speed. I can do quite a lot with these guys. Growth per turn, but not negative public order. We can upgrade his drill sergeant again. 4% chance of ruining enemy agents in self-defense. The thing that's really going to make them much more likely to be able to kill an enemy agent. So I think we're just going to upgrade drill sergeant again. It seems a bit dull and uninteresting, I know, but it seems kind of the logical one to do. Because it kind of means all these units are getting so much upgraded. Now let's go and lay siege, I think, to Poseidonia. They've got quite a good garrison again, 10. And 3 ships. Horse skirmishers, light hoplites, militia spearmen, Greek slingers. And they've got an army there.
Ready for battle.
Oh, we could go raiding, I suppose. I'm not sure what to do. It's like going to be really tough, isn't it, to lay siege to somewhere like this. Actually, we've got a reasonable chance. Am I going to want to fight this on a map myself? Am I capable of leading this army to victory? That's the other question that springs to mind. I'm not sure if I am, or if I'm going to be better off auto-resolving this because I'm terrible at this sort of game. Should we just auto-resolve it? Sod it, let's just go for it. There we go, victory. Okay, cool. We got away with it. It's a bit close. So we don't want to raise it. loot it or occupy it. You say looting it causes more provincial instability and a larger conquest, but we don't get any money when we do need money. Let's just occupy it. Because I think if you loot it, you cause so much damage, you cause as much problem. I should perhaps fought that battle. It was a bit cowardly not to, wasn't it? Still. So we're going to have to convert this settlement to a horse draining village. This is a fisherman's port. Or a harbour. So the Finnish fisherman's port gives us wealth and food, but negative public order. I think we'll go for the public order one, to be honest. And a little farm, turn it into enclosed land, which is going to give us a bit more food. And we can't quite afford the barracks upgrade. Okay, cool. Well, all in all, I'd say that went pretty well. Yeah, we will be fighting a lot of battles in this campaign. I just didn't want to throw like one of the most critical ones away just through my ineptitude. So, our commander, Medics 2 Tukis, can be upgraded. So, what are we going to go for? So we can be a warrior, a strategist, or just a commander, authority and gravitas. We'll go for that one. Okay, cool. So we're now in another city. Hopefully that should increase my per turn income and reduce the enemies more than anything. So we've done our first of our wise leaders, which just gives us increased public order. We're going to get a rebellion in the next turn. Certainly by the looks of it. What did that unlock? That unlocked loyalty for all political parties, 2 public order for provinces. Well, that's kind of handy. Experience gain rate for all agents. It's kind of agent stuff, not useful, but the public order would be quite a useful thing to have, I think. I think we'll go for that. I'm also going to recruit a couple more people if I can with these guys, because I think we're just about to soon undergo a rebellion. So we're going to have to put that down, I think. Hopefully these guys should start to level up as well. Cool. I think that's it for this turn. Yeah. On to the next turn. Trade agreement, and they'll pay me.
Trade would see us all prosper. Do you not think?
Seems a perfectly legitimate offer. Thank you very much. They'll give me military access.
Heed then most carefully this proposal.
No, I don't really want to pay you for military access. It seems little benefit. I don't need military access to you at the moment. I'm kind of in a war for my life, and as it is. So we have a rebellion. Okay, the one positive is that the rebellion has started. Oh, blimey, some decent quality units there, though, isn't there? Yeesh. Yeesh. Maybe we should be putting that down pretty quickly because it's going to grow very fast, isn't it? If I don't put it down now, then next turn it's going to be even bigger.
We hunger for
Kill you. Die, scum. Okay. Yeah, dealt with that. Although that's obviously not going to help the public order situation. Okay, let's just release them for the financial gain. It's worth defeating them for 200 something money, definitely. Hopefully we're going to start to get better public order then, because Kappa is part of the same province, so we're just suffering public order wise at the moment. We can get this barracks upgraded. That's going to cause public order problems for me. So maybe for now we'll leave that one off. You'd think a barracks would bring public order because of like law and discipline, etc, etc. But alas not. We can't afford to upgrade anything here. So we're probably going to upgrade this little village from a farmstead to a village. Cool. We'll set that up. Hopefully just continue to sort of increase the amount of money we're going to be getting per turn. Okay. I'm pretty pleased with how things are going so far, given how things could have gone. We've got one more enemy city down to the south, Elia. Yeah, there we are. And then we've got sort of Neapolis and a little island out here. Pitt. We're going to go with Pitt. to try and defeat as well. I think there's a lot else we can do this turn, so let's just hop straight into the next turn. There's the enemy army setting off from Neapolis, heading further down.
We believe that cooperation rather
yeah, fine. I'm fine to go with non-aggression pacts at the moment because I don't really want to be getting stuck into other fights. Man is brought before you. He is accused of killing a Carthaginian official. However, he offers a sizable monetary contribution in return for assurance of his safety. Well, money does kind of sound the... I know logically it's better to not incur the wrath of Carthage, but some money does sound quite nice. So, construction report. Yeah, we've built a few things. We have encountered a lot more factions. So we've got... Jesus, look at the size of Sicily. This is such a cool map. I think it's absolutely brilliant DLC. Look at the size of that place. Okay, and we're going to have to deal with the Carthaginians probably at some point who now hate me. Wonderful. Okay. Let's have a look how our army is doing. It's actually recovering pretty well. Some of our units are now getting pretty experienced. We're going to have a pretty professional army before too long if this guy keeps it up. Our base morale is getting higher and higher, as well as their early defense. Obviously, I don't think it affects their missile damage or shots per minute or anything, does it? No. What else can we do this morning? How much money have we got? Enough to possibly upgrade a building somewhere. Not there, and not there. We can upgrade something there. You think our happiness would be a bit more now some of these places have been sorted, wouldn't you? But it kind of seems not. Do any of these places give just happiness? No, not really, do they? Herding ground gets a bit more food and stuff. We'll go with that because there's quite more than enough food in this province anyway. We're going to have another rebellion basically, I think. But it doesn't bother me too much because it's giving us our army a chance to become more professional. Okay, straight into the next turn then. It's a bit slow getting started, it seems, this game. But you know, we're getting there. We're getting there. We're going to do this as a full let's play right through.
I
so
respectfully request that
yeah, I just don't want to get defeated early on.
Come now.
They
The gods themselves
demand
would
and
listen
offer
carefully to an
military
offer such
access.
as this.
No, I don't really want to be offering you military access over my lands when I don't trust you and you're unreliable. Okay, research complete. Feasting. Okay, so hopefully... Oh, we gain 2,000, that's good. But we get 15 turns of insult on Carthage. 15 to diplomacy with Punic factions. Okay, well I think we can deal with that. That 2,000, that was well nice. I'm quite pleased with that, really. So we also finished our thing, which is going to give us more public order per turn, and it has. It's put us to plus within 1 now of being happy. Is this going to give us any public order? No. Interestingly, it does give us improved cavalry though. We've not actually recruited anyone. Yeah. Okay. Should we be starting to look back at some other military technologies, I think? Like all armor units, yeah, let's get this iron over bronze started for 5 turns. We've got this enemy guy here, haven't we? We'd like to kill him, really. Still only 30% chance. More likely that I'm going to get wounded myself. So no, I don't think it's worth the risk. So I can upgrade this, which gives me a bit more growth per turn. I think I'd be better off spending my money on my capital city though to get it to a fortified settlement from the settlement. That gives more public order there, more growth, more income, more wealth from more sources. Yeah, let's get that upgraded. There's nothing else we can really do. Hopefully when we get to 4 we can put sort of a population improving, happiness building in on the next one. So I think I'm going to end this episode here because we're already up to like 40 minutes, just over 40 minutes. And it's going to take me an absolute age to edit up and upload, so I think we'll probably end it here. Hope you enjoyed this sort of a starting episode to Rise of the Republic. I think this is a really promising DLC. I'm pretty impressed with the map and how it's been done. So yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to sort of continuing to get the SAMNITE set up. I want to secure this land, the island, defeat these guys, and sort of get a bit of a stable economy going, and then we can be starting to look to sort of pushing out further afield, out of Samnium, maybe conquer the rest of Samnium, and start to secure ourselves in Italy as a proper faction. So, okay, thank you for watching, guys. Please let me know what you think about this DLC in the comments down below. If you bought it yourself, or are you sort of thinking about getting it? Let me know. Yeah, I've already said that. Subscribe to the channel for lots more Total War sort of content, both arena and continuation of this Let's Play series. And I shall see you all on the next video.